Hi guys, it's Dakota. Hope everybody's doing well. If I still sound kind of congested, I think it's my allergies because I feel 100%. So I hope everybody's feeling really well themselves. Today, and happy Valentine's Day, all you little lovebirds out there. That is what my video is on today. It is on Valentine's Day for me. All right. So, and pardon me if I'm rubbing my eyes. My allergy, my face is just, my eyes are super red. You might be able to see it, but anyway. Okay. Yes. So happy Valentine's Day to me, and I'm going to tell you and show you what I mean by that. So, just a quick little thing. I don't really celebrate any kind of day, holiday thing. Like I don't, my husband and I, we do not do Valentine's Day, anniversaries, birthdays, Yule, none of it. We just don't. Um, Not because we're mean and selfish, but because we just number one for me, I don't feel the need. I don't feel the need personally. Like there's nothing I need. There is nothing I want. And so don't just, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I have to get this. No, you don't. I'd rather you not. Don't get me a card because I don't keep cards. I don't keep them. I have been on a purging thing since COVID when I was bored at home. and I'm not saying into minimalist. I'm not going to be a minimalist. I would love to be, but I don't think I could ever get there. Maybe I could, but right now I don't see that happening. But I'm getting rid of things. You know, what's in that cupboard? Things you don't use. Okay, well then get rid of it. What's in that box? Things I haven't seen in years. Get rid of it. Why are you keeping it? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, but so and so gave this to me. You put it in a box. You forgot about it. You put it in the box. So I don't keep cards because why? I'm not going to reread the cards. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. So sadly, I will either put them in the recycle bin, I will put them in the trash, or I will burn them because I'm not keeping them. I'm not. I appreciate the thought, the sentiment, all of that sentiment. Um, and I'm grateful. I mean, it makes me feel really nice that people thought of me. However, I mean, I'm not going to keep it, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but that's the truth of the matter. So my husband knows that we don't do cards. You know, well, why don't you guys go out to dinner? Well, one, it's Valentine's Day. Everybody and their brother would be out, right? The other thing is, and some of you will laugh if you know me, I'm an extremely picky eater, very picky. Um, I don't like a lot of foods, and I specifically don't like eating dinner. I do eat dinner because my husband likes to eat dinner. So, I do eat dinner, but I eat very little for dinner. It's not my. I eat a big lunch. I like lunch. I don't eat a lot for breakfast, and I don't eat a lot for dinner. I prefer to eat lunch. Um, so, I don't want to go to a restaurant and there's thousands of people, lingering over my table and my food. I don't like that. I'm very picky. I check silverware, there's piece of food on this. My food's not cooked right. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. So don't take me out to dinner. Well, your husband could cook you dinner. Well, he could. He'd make me macaroni and cheese. Great. And I'd eat it. But guess what? I don't like noodles. I don't like spaghetti. Oh, well, you'd like my spaghetti. No, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. Not that, ooh, I hate this. Like, oh, it's okay. I'm not like, oh, yum. I'm just not. I'm not. It's got to be the noodle because I feel that way with any kind of noodle dish, whether it's a spaghetti, a fettuccine, a macaroni. I mean, I'm not. I'm picky. I'm picky. I don't eat red meat, so that's out. I've stopped eating. chicken because I don't know what that is, but that's not chicken. It's gross. Chicken. Ugh. So, I'm almost back. I was pescatarian for a while. I was vegetarian for a while. And I was vegetarian for mm, probably only about maybe 6, 7 years. And then I started adding fish back to my diet. And, I will eat bacon. I eat turkey. I was eating chicken, but something's wrong with the chicken. I'm letting you know. um, anyway, so I'm a picky eater. I don't want to go out to dinner for any kind of celebration. Um, and yeah, I like chocolate. I love chocolate, right? But I'm picky about my chocolate. And chocolate gives me really, really bad headaches. I'm allergic to it. I don't care. I eat it, but I can't eat a lot of it. It will give me a headache. So I prefer not to get chocolate for that reason because it gives me a headache and I'll eat it. So, yeah. So, but despite all that, despite all that, um, it's Valentine's Day. And happy Valentine's Day to me. And this is sort of what kind of sprung that on. As I spring clean my house 3 or 4 times a year, right? And I decided today to go through, I have a big wardrobe and I've got a bunch of old magazines that I used to collect. Um, there used to be hundreds of magazines. I'm talking about these magazines: Country Home, Country Sampler, Country Living, because my house is very primitive antique. Well, I was in the antique business. We were in the business for like 20 years. So the entire house is all antique, which, by the way, goes really, really well with witch decor. So yeah, it feels really witchy in my little cabin there. But years and years and years ago, I couldn't deal with just the magazine. Here's the other thing. What am I going to do with all those magazines? I've already looked through them. I've read every page. I mean, I savored when I was buying them. I would savor every single page. I mean, I would just look at every single thing. Okay, and then the next month, that magazine gets put away. Well, before you know it, you've got hundreds and hundreds of magazines. I will never look through them again ever. So I've been purging. All right. So today I was like, I want to make some room in that cupboard. It's a long story, but anyway, I want to make some room in that cupboard. I need space, so I'm going to make room. So I open up the cupboard and I'm like, oh my God, there's 3 shelves still in that cupboard full of magazines. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to purge these magazines. So I pulled out just, a stack of magazines and I wanted to see what year they were. This one is 2007. And so, I went like this with the magazines just to kind of look at each, cover of the magazine just to see what years they were. And I come across this one, which is February 2007. So I was like, oh wow, there's a Valentine's issue. And I started laughing, right? I'm laughing. And I open it up and I remember I said at the beginning of the video, Happy Valentine's Day to me, from me. And I found this image right here. Queen of Hearts. It's a little bottle that they put a Queen of Hearts card, glued it on there, and now they're using it as a little bud vase or something. But I saw that and I went, synchronicities, eh? So, I am going to make for myself And let me go back just one more time. All these things that I just said to you about um, my spring cleaning, I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. I like a clean house. Um, I have clutter. Yes, I do. But my house is clean, if that makes sense. Meaning I clean things. I clean my stuff. I dust, I wash, I clean the shelves, I vacuum, I mop the floors. I mean, I do all of the things. And I don't like a lot of foods. I'm a picky eater. Chocolate, yeah. I don't save your cars. I don't celebrate the holidays. All these little quirks, all these little quirks. That's part of who I am. It's part of who I am. And so I thought, when I saw that picture of that uh, Queen of Hearts, today, just an hour ago, when I was cleaning out the cupboard, and I went, I'm using that. I'm using that. I'm using this picture. And that's what I'm going to show you. I am quirky. I already know that. I have things. That's part of who I am. It's part of my character. It's part of who I am. Um, and today, I'm going to honor those things. I am going to make myself a little reminder of who I am and why I should love those things about me. Because that is who I am. One of the things about the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts is equal to the Queen of Cups in tarot. And, the Queen of Cups, she is the ultimate in nurturer. She's a nurturer. She's passionate about what she does. And cups, right? Being the vessel, that is well, for me, the vessel, the cauldron, the vessel, that is the womb of the goddess. That is our intuition. And the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She's very intuitive. She's almost right up there with the High Priestess as far as her intuitive abilities. Water, that rules our emotions. That's the ebb and flow of who we are, She can read people and she can read and feel situations. Um, she knows what's going on, and that comes from that intuitive ability that she has. Now, one thing about the Queen of Cups is she is she is extremely honest, and she's not going to sugarcoat it. And I went, well, yeah. um, yeah. I feel like I am that way. I'm not going to apologize for me being honest. Um, I will apologize for this, and that is there are times when I'm being completely honest, um, and I don't mean it in a hurtful way or any kind of thing. Like, I'm just being honest. But I think there's a way to smooth that. So that is going to be part of what I'm doing today. I'm not gonna sugarcoat my honesty if that's what you're asking. No, I'm not. But I'm going to maybe add a little creamer with that to make it a little smoother. Um, because that's just who I am, and I think that people don't understand that, or people, our feelings get hurt. Hey, my feelings get hurt. We're human. Um, we have feelings. We all have feelings. So, sometimes my feelings get hurt, and sometimes I get upset and I get angry. I got all the emotions. I got all the emotions. We all do. But just because, and first of all, I'm an air sign, so it has nothing to do with, you know, the cups really has nothing to do with who I am. I'm just saying that's part of my character of who I am. Um, you know, I'm emotional that way. I'm not an emotional. Do I cry? Yeah, sure. But I usually cry when I am furious, when I am just livid. Um, that's an angry cry. That's a benchy cry. And, you know, of course, if something, you know, if I have had one of my pets or, you know, a loved one or something passes, I mean, of course, you know, I'm just talking about daily life, daily mundane stuff. So, um, she is, you know, the Queen of Cups, is also known as, you know, as this healer, because she's so passionate and compassionate about people, and she's a healer and she's a counselor and all these things. I mean, you know, I, I I don't know if I'm that or I'm not that. I really don't. I know that I love teaching and I love helping others. Um, you know, uh, but I do it through an honest, not, oh, look at me, kind of way. You know, I try not to be on that ego, pedestal. Um, and, you know, I would hope if I am that somebody would go, well, you know, yeah, you are. And make sure you let me know how that is. Because everyone's perception is different. You know, we all have an idea of what is and what isn't. So, but she is, like I said, so I'm looking at my notes here because I wrote this down when I was kind of looking at my card, the Wildwood tarot card, and she's honest and yet she's also very fair, but she is very straightforward. She is like a mirror, and a lot of times with her honesty, and people don't like that. People don't want to see their honesty. They don't want to see their truth, not their honesty. They don't want to see their truth, but they're looking at their truth through you, kind of thing. So, um, anyway, all right. So we're gonna do this activity real quick. It won't take long. I'm gonna put you on pause. I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Happy Valentine's Day to me. Be right back. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna cut just this little picture out. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do first. Okay. So I just cut it out of the magazine and put it there for a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this one with the heart. I'm going to go ahead and cut that one out. I'm not a big heart person. Actually, yeah, I'm not a big heart person. So I have these candles. The reason why I have this picture cut out, I'd already cut it out. I'm going to try to make these little candle holders. I have to tell you about those. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to put candles on the back of this, I think. And so I'm just going to measure it up. And I'm going to cut that out as well. Super easy. And you could use anything. I mean, you could use fabric, but I want to use this because it is because of that Queen of Hearts, and because this is I don't know, I just kind of felt at the time that this is really well, first of all, that it was a Queen of Hearts, which is like the Queen of Cups, and you know, and I do read tarot, so it was just kind of a neat thing. That I found this after I found that meme about Happy Valentine's Day to me. So, okay. And then I'm going to just use this because what I'm making is I'm going to make, I'm making a little sachet. So the first thing I'm going to do is, if I can find it, uh-oh, hold on. Have my little glue stick, and I'm going to glue, let's put some glue on the outside here, or on, it's going to be on the inside, but I'm leaving enough room at the top because, so I'm going to stick my candles on the back. I'm not a crafty person, by the way, so this is really easy to make. All I'm making is a little, like a pouch. I'm making a little pouch. I just used a glue stick. All right. So now I have like this little pouch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some herbs. I'm going to add Damiana first because Damiana is good for divination, first of all. And let me open this up a little bit. That's why you want to leave a little opening there, or else you're not going to be able to, oops. You kind of do need to let it sit a little bit so it dries a little bit before you do this. All right, so Damiana, good for divination, and I'm just going to put 3 pinches in. As you know, I like to work in 3s. Just going to move that over. I'm just going to shove that down in there. I'm going to add a little more glue. Just on the edges there. Actually, I'm going to go all the way up with the glue. It's going to go all the way up and across the top. I'm going to add motherwort because this is about, you know, motherwort is good for like inner trust and knowing. And I think it's really important that, you know, that when I think of inner trust, I think of trusting myself. So, you know, if it's something that I have, like my intuition goes off, or I feel something, or I know something, whatever, I just want to be able to trust what it is that I'm thinking and feeling. I don't want to ever not trust that, because that is part of it's a gift. It's part of my gift. The next thing I'm going to put in is Meadowsweet. Meadowsweet's really good for like positive vibes, and I'm hoping my thought for the Meadowsweet is that it'll help be that you know, that sugar, that creamer that's going to go on my honesty to just kind of soften it a little bit, I guess you would say. I got glue on my hands now. So one thing you will have to remember when you're doing this is that you are going to want to give that glue time to sit. But since I'm doing the video, it's kind of wet. But you're going to get to see the end result, which is this little Valentine's Queen of Hearts pouch to myself. And I've added like I said, I added the Damiana, which is for divination, and motherwort. I guess I'm not a mother, I'm a fur mom. I don't have children, but for me, that mother is the one that, should be the one that should be giving you, or that usually does give us, helps to build our confidence and helps give us that wisdom that we need to know, and and is knowing, the mothers know. Mothers have like this built-in intuition, and they just sort of know things. If like they know. And then I used the what did I use? Motherwort and the Meadow Sweet. The Meadow Sweet is that positive vibes. And I just feel like, for me, it's to remind me that, I don't know, to just be a little lighter, maybe, maybe with how I speak to people, I think, maybe, in regards to being completely honest, because I'm not going to change that ever, ever. I would rather be honest and have your feelings get hurt than to not be honest, or to sugarcoat. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to come up to you and go, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. No, that isn't what I mean. And I think that you know that. And I haven't always been that way, I haven't always told the truth. I haven't always been honest. Let's put it that way. I haven't always been honest, an honest person. Honest with myself. I haven't been honest with myself all the time either. So that is just sort of that whole package, being honest with yourself, trusting that knowing, that intuition, which the Queen of Hearts, like I said, she is equivalent to the Queen of Cups. So it's that intuition, it's that knowing, it's that being honest, being a reflection. Maybe I'll frost my mirror. I'll frost the mirror so that when you are looking at yourself, and your honesty, that honesty won't just slap you in the face. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's what I'm using, and it's just a little pouch of herbs, and I'm going to put this on my tray here. Let me show you. Hold on. So I'm going to rose petals, just because I think that's I don't use rose petals for myself really, but I think that's just, being in that traditional It is for, it's for love, but it's for self-love. And I don't know, I'm just not a person that's a gushy, a gushy kind of love. Uh, yeah, so I'm just going to smash up those rose petals just because I think it's nice to add these. That is what rose petals are for, love. And not just romantic love, but self-love, self-healing, all of those kind of things that deal with that. And I'm just putting that sort of gridding around. And then I'm going to take a rose quartz, which again, if you know me, you know that I do not work with rose quartz as a rule. For myself, I always have rose quartz. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I'm going to put this right on, if it'll stay, it won't. Okay, I'll just put it right on top there. And I'm just putting the rose quartz on top, and that way, it's just sort of sealing in that, because, rose quartz is, yeah, it's about that love kind of thing. And then I'm going to light my candle. Of course, there always has to be, make a little hole here. I should have put this right on top of the picture, but I'm going to cheat a little bit when this is done. And after this burns down, I'm going to take a picture of that, the candles that's on the back of this, that I said I wanted the, I'm going to make those. They're made with cookie cutters. It's really cool. So, ta-da. That is it. That's what I'm doing for myself. Happy Valentine's Day to me. I'm going to sit for a minute and just kind of reflect on everything that I've said. I'm going to look over my notes and, you know, and just go over it, that, the Queen of Hearts and what that represents. I see it more as a Queen of Cups, but it's the same thing, really. And, she's just that very nurturing and very compassionate and emotional person, with the exception of the fact that she's very honest and very intuitive. And like in Alice in Wonderland, she can be a you know what, because remember, in Alice in Wonderland, off with her head. So, there's that side of the Queen also, and the Queen of Hearts with the Queen of Cups in this matter. So, but I think that she is full of wisdom. I think that she has something to offer me. I think that it's really synchronistic that I saw that funny little meme a couple days ago about Valentine's Day and self. That isn't what it was titled. It wasn't titled Happy Valentine's Day to me. It was something about giving herself a Valentine's gift because he was being a jerk or something like that. But it was a funny little meme, and I went, so I like that idea of giving something to myself. And I didn't, there's no gift that I want to give myself other than the self-love that I think that I deserve. And I know it sounds kind of like egotistical, but we have to love ourselves. We have to love. I love who I am all the time. Of course not, because I am human. I am not perfect, and believe it or not. And Yeah, it's really pretty. So, just as a reminder to myself, and the synchronicity that when I go to purge and clean my house, there's a Valentine issue, and I open it up and there's a Queen of Hearts. That's telling me something. That's telling me something. So this is what I did. Just did it today. Makes sense to me, and I'll send some of that good wish to you, and I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely week. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. See you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.